grape cream cake is E-beamed. It's 24% indica dominant, so they put a nighttime symbol on it. 4C Labs seem to do this on a lot of their stuff, that it's kind of gets graded as nighttime, daytime, daytime. So this is mostly caryophyllene. It's pretty much half caryophyllene and a quarter myrcene, and then an eighth humulene and 2/10 of farnesene and linalool. Its lineage is ice cream cake crossed with grape pie and wedding crasher. It's been E-beamed, which is beta irradiation, but it's also from Qwest. It's produced in small batches, hang dried, hand trimmed. It's $8.50 a gram, let's say 24%, cultivated and packaged in Canada. These tubs in Canada, don't worry tubs, these tubs in Canada, don't worry tubs, these tubs in Canada are glow in the dark, I believe. Grape cream cake is a heavily indica dominant cannabis strain descending from grape pie, wedding crasher and ice cream cake number 5. It's a hybrid cannabis strain bred in Colorado from some high-profile cultivars. As its name suggests, this strain flaunts creamy grape and berry aromas and flavours reminiscent of grape soda floats or a freshly baked grape pie topped with a generous scoop of vanilla ice cream. It was bred in Colorado by Colorado Genetics, combining cherry pie and grape stomper. Grape pie is an indica dominant hybrid featuring, you guessed it, rich grape aromas laced with sweet berry hints and a peppery kick. Its buds boast excellent structure as well as eye-catching pink and purple hues. Like many modern cultivars, grape pie produces a ton of resin and packs high THC levels around 20%. It's amazing to think that high these days is 30%, maybe even 30% and up. But back in 2000, getting seeds that were purporting to give you 20% THC levels were a wow, an amazing thing. And now that's kind of mid-level, really. Those flowers back in the year 2000 or so, they were still stonking, they were still amazing. So only 20% doesn't really mean that much. It's everything else that comes with the flower that's important. Wedding Crasher, on the other hand, was created by Symbiotic Genetics and descends from Wedding Cake and Purple Punch. Packed with unique terpenes, Wedding Crasher combines upfront fruit aromas with an underlying creaminess. Notes of old school kush and tangy diesel help to round out the strain's flavour profile. Finally, Ice Cream Cake number 5 is a very popular hybrid created by Seed Junkie Genetics. A cross of wedding cake and gelato, this indica dominant strain produces robust and stocky plants that yield dense flowers loaded with frosty resin, colours ranging from dark green to purple. As its name suggests, Ice Cream Cake has a rich aroma that's sweet and doughy with subtle notes of cinnamon and nuts, followed by a slightly sour finish. Whew, that's a lot of talk. And Qwest, who we've looked at before on the channel, so if you want to know all the information about Qwest, I suggest checking out the Bubble Bath review where I tell you all about that. But the facility features 20 small batch grow rooms following the same hands-on high standard craft cannabis cultivation as the Qwest estate. Small batch, hang dried, hand trimmed, top cuts. We pour over our flower to inspect and hand pick the best buds from each of our lots. This means only worthwhile flower in every hand packed jar. We don't use shake or trim. We craft only the most flavourful, terpene-rich extract to transform cannabis experience from potent to decadent. Ooh. What's the smell? What's the huff like? Yeah, there's a weird piney thing for me. I don't know, it's not even pine. I don't know what it is. It's not grape or cherry though, I don't think. Buds do look lovely. So this is weeks later now, and this has been in a jar. Not that jar. It's been in a jar with a Boveda pack forever. So let's have a little bit more of a go on the huff. It's just really, really creamy. It's really nice. It's got such a lovely creamy scent to it with a bit of flower going on. Yeah, it's definitely more got a floral, creamy floral scent to it. That's what I would say. Not really picking up on so much of the fruitiness of it, but what is there I find really nice. It's not got any of the sickly pine that I get from some strains or the sickly limonene that I get from some strains. I'm not sensing much gas in there or regular skunky smell. It's very, very creamy to me. If that sounds nice, creamy and floral, then yeah, this is something that may interest you. This is listed on Medbud, or it was until maybe today I've told Ralph that there's a mistake mistake on Medbud, but this is listed on Medbud as non-irradiated, but it is E-beam irradiated, so that's something to be aware of. That's it for part 1. Sadly, we have to leave all the interesting stuff to part 2 of the review, otherwise YouTube age restricts both videos and they don't get sent out to anybody at all. Part 2 will have the taste test, and you can have a look at the buds and we can see what garbage was left in the bottom of the tub, if any at all. We get to see the trim, and it will be the scope footage as well. So thank you for watching part 1. All the wonderful stuff that we want to see is in part 2 that'll be following along soon. But yeah, thank you for joining me in part 1. I hope you've got something out of this. Thanks for watching. Stay medicated. I'll speak to you on the next one.